Streets never sleep, sucker.
Yeah. What up, everybody? We're back at it, man. Johnny Empire. Another episode of Streets Never Sleep Radio. Right beside me, we got the co-hosts.
Hey, what's my name again?
Doc.
The doctor.
Sakivelli.
Sakivelli in the building.
There we go. Streets Never Sleep.
Who else do we got?
You got Bantam Boy Ting, Big ZD.
Oh, man.
Rude Boy Pac.
A.K. Rude Boy Levesque.
Shut your mouth. Nobody wants to hear from you.
Rude Boy Levesque like Triple H.
With the Rude Boy Pac.
And this all wouldn't be possible without our wonderful intern,
We know
Isaac.
the intern. Introduce a special guest. This guy is really cool.
Well, we got to get into it, man. Like we said before, we got Tommy V in the building. What's good, sir?
Yodelay.
He's in the building, man.
What's up, guys?
Dude, welcome to Streets Never Sleep. Like we were saying, man, we've actually been looking forward to this since the Hip Hop for Homeless event. So, you know, we're very intrigued with we were intrigued with your stage presence, even everything we were hearing, and even from the music too. You know, it's very interesting, and I say interesting because, like, even we were saying off air, these days different is good. You know, there are a lot of people who take it different lanes, different avenues, and I feel like pretty much you have the total package. So, you know, especially when it comes to styles.
The total package.
So, you know, we're happy to have you here, man. But for anyone, you know, that's tuning in, you know, why don't you give a brief introduction of who you are?
Okay. My name is Tommy V, and I'm originally from California. I was raised back and forth from Montana and California. And I've been into music for a long time. I started, on 4 tracks and, a little Gemini sampler. I don't know, like, how far back I should go, or I'll try and nutshell it for you guys.
Bring it back to the task cam.
Okay, so, back to, freestyling, beatboxing in high school. Just all that stuff that everybody did. And then that kind of evolved into getting a drum machine and a sampler.
Okay.
And then, hit a couple of little studios, and, and then I met AWOL 1 in Whittier, California, when I lived in Whittier. And AWOL invited me over, and we started working on some music. And AWOL ended up putting a tape out called The Three-Eyed Cows. And so that was kind of like my little introduction and into, like, the LA scene.
For sure.
And I was never really, like, out there, doing my thing super hard or anything, but I was, always in the mix with, like, musicians and rappers and stuff, and working on beats. And then our band formed when I lived in the Bay, San Francisco, for a while, and I met Chesky and David. And then we went on to form TOCA, which was our band, the CD that I gave you guys. I think we're going to play a few songs.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So that turned into a little band. And that was a cool little collaboration with, like, LA rappers, LA underground rappers, and Cholo Lancinco was a member of the group also, and through him we were able to meet all of our heroes, the Project Blodians and stuff.
Oh yeah.
All those guys, and record with them. And so, like, that was a really good experience. The band kind of fell apart due to just weird stuff happening with the label and directions they wanted us to take, and they wanted us to be like this triangular formation boy band type thing, and it was just kind of weird because we were all kind of multitasking in certain parts. Certain songs would have certain guys. And anyway, so blah, 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 blah. I feel like I'm rambling, bro.
It's all good, man. I mean, on a side note, I mean, talk about the label situation. I mean, like, what was it for? Like, it was for. I mean, it was for the band TOCA, but I mean, like, what were
the label situation? They would an example of just bullshit. Strings they would pull. We were going to get our master copy of the record, and they're like, "Come on, guys, let's go down to the parking lot and smoke some blunts." And so we're like, "All right, cool." So we go down to the parking lot, and I noticed that they're kind of holding us down there for a long time while our record is being mastered, 2 floors up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go check on the masters, and just see, like, what's going on. And I get up there, and they're mastering a different selection, their picks of the mixes.
Oh wow.
And kind of, and I was like, wait, dude, that's the wrong song right there, man. I was like, you're not supposed to master that one. I was like, that's the wrong one. He's like, how do you know? I was like, because we took that little part out and changed that and this and that. We were so deeply involved that we knew all the latest mixes and everything, you know. And there was, man, it was like a 7-year, a long process, man. So when that finally came out, the band was just kind of like beat down. Chesky and David had come out to the east or the west coast a few times. There was never really shows set up by the label. They would just be like, get out here, guys. And it was just kind of sloppy on their part. They didn't have like a good little plan for us. They saw us as some kind of like Latin explosion band or something.
Wow, yeah.
And it was awkward and weird. And so yeah, it all kind of fell apart. It's not like we ever had a meeting like, yo, the band's we're all kind of just beat down by the process. And it just kind of, you know, the CD came out and it was like, all right, band's over, you know. So, but anyway, the good thing was that it was able to be pressed up, you know, and it manifested. Otherwise, like all those years recording that stuff, and if it wouldn't have manifested, it would have been terrible. So anyway, yeah, LA underground stuff, that's our scene. We all come from bedroom recordings and, you know, sampling, and the Project Blowed was definitely a big thing there. I was never like a very big presence at Project Blowed. I actually got booed off twice in one night because it's a rough scene. And I didn't go there expecting to rap. I was just trying to hang out.
Of course.
And they're like, yo, who's the MCs in here? And I was like with my friends. So I was like, all right, I'll raise my hand. And they're like, all right, you get up here. And I'm just like, what? And I go up there and they're like, all right, you're battling this guy. I'm like, oh no.
That's so dope.
And yeah, I got booed off with a quickness. And then they're like, please pass the mic, you know, and you're like, you know, so, and then I get back in the front row. I'm like sitting there like, oh my God, I feel like a freaking moron. And so then they're like, we're going to get to the sign-up sheet. And when you go in the place, you have to sign up on this sheet. I didn't know the routine. So like, yo, TV, you're up next. I was like, no.
Oh,
go
man.
up again, get booed off within like 30 seconds.
Oh,
At least you did it.
Yeah, I did it, but I've never redeemed myself, you know, and it's like, dude, it's like, that's bad.
Yeah, and you could always learn and grow from it.
I could. I mean, I'm gonna redeem myself on this radio station tonight.
Of course,
and
man.
you did more than
myself.
You did more than do that at Hip Hop for the Homeless too.
That was fun.
Because that performance is what made us say we want to get him on the show.
All right, yeah, that was fun.
course.
Joey Bats threw that together. Shouts out to Joey Bats.
Shouts out. He's actually coming next week.
Really?
Oh, dope.
Dope.
Dude,
dope,
Joey's
dope.
really good peoples, and that dude can freestyle like no one. He's got like this endless pull string.
We saw him on the YouTube when he went in the restaurant or whatever and rapped till he got kicked out.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Nuts.
But you were saying now, like back in high school, you would beatbox and all that type stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, before you started doing the whole hip hop yourself, who were you listening to, or who would you say, I mean, were some influences that really got you into the scene?
You know, it was mostly kind of like, okay, I'll start in like the Southern California stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Freestyle Fellowship, and you know all that Project Blowed scene, Onomatopoeia, of Mexican descent, CVE, Freestyle Fellowship. You know, I'm totally missing people, but just Pigeon John, you know, just all these guys, you know, and personalities down there. So I was always collecting those records and stuff. Like there was a record that came out called Beneath the Surface, and that was by Omid, and it's a good representation of that era, kind of late 90s Los Angeles underground hip hop, and that features like a lot of the guys that I looked up to and stuff. And so and then as far as like East Coast stuff, I was into like Leaders of the New School and Tribe Called Quest and Pharoah Monch and man, I hate being on the spot because I feel like I'm leaving people out, and I'm just like, oh, he didn't even mention so and so.
What about Dilated Peoples? Being from LA,
you know, honestly, I was never really into it because I think it was for the underground kids. That was kind of almost mainstream for us.
Really?
You know,
who were some of the local underground guys from LA? I'm just trying to remember and think of them like off the top.
Well, you know, you got Tumex, you got Cholo Lancinco, you got AC Alone. You got
AC Alone.
Wow. I've heard of him.
You got AC Alone.
Him.
You got Pigeon John. You got Abstract Rude. You got Gel Rock. You got E Times 2, Endangered Elements.
Mm-hmm.
You got Acid Rain. You got Shapeshifters, of course, with all the crazy cast of the Shapeshifters. You got Circus, AWOL, Doc Ludacris, Radio Inactive, Akuma, Life Rexall, Rob One, DJ Rob One, rest in peace.
Choices.
Yeah.
sir, I'm missing some. No. But anyhow, yeah. So, and all of these guys were recording on 4 tracks at their house. You would just show up. The album Quarter Life Crisis that I recorded that came out in 2001 with Abolano Records, my buddy named Cirque, that was just a representation of showing up to the house with a bunch of MCs, my 4-track in my backpack, with beats already on the cassettes that I had made or a friend had made, got dumped onto the cassette, and then you had 2 tracks left to do your verse, you know what I mean, and then share and then pass off to the next MC, so you'll hear a lot of these recordings and they'll be like, it's like, yeah, blah 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 blah, like this big cut comes in and it's like the next rapper starts, and it was just like a really like primal ground for recording, but that's where we all kind of started.
Oh yeah, I mean, if someone really hasn't started with the Radio Shack mics or like the little mics in the closet or something,
you learn to appreciate the upgrades. You know what I mean? Like as you get a new mic and you're like, oh yeah, I do notice it sounds a little better, and I've gotten a little better at what I'm trying to do, and it's like so it's you slowly kind of like grow with all that stuff,
100%, man. So dude, why don't when it comes to the hip hop scene, I mean, how would you compare the Connecticut hip hop scene to the Los Angeles hip hop scene?
I feel like the kids out here are, as far as MCs, when I go to MCs and meet MCs and stuff, I feel like there's that East Coast grime to everybody. Yeah. That I'm not, I've only been here a year now. And so I noticed kind of this kind of stature about people and kind of a demeanor about people. But then once I start talking to people, it's just like they'll kind of loosen up. Oh, yo, what's up? And just, but I'll notice kind of like this kind of, I'll show up and just be like, all right, and it just seems kind of people dress in black, and it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm not trying to paint you guys like in a bad light.
No, hey man, be as real as you want.
Hoodies and Timbs.
But it's kind of tough. It's tough. And so, not to make, the West Coast seem like we wear like fluorescent shirts or something, but anyway, it's a different zone, man. Like just the East Coast energy wise is a complete different feel than the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like
totally.
When I go and like eat some shrooms and walk into the forest here, it's scary. It's like I don't have really too far I can venture off to, right. But in California I can be like point at this mountain like way off and be like, I'm gonna hike there, and I don't gotta worry about getting shot with like salt rock or something,
Yeah, no, of course.
And everything here is owned, like I'm definitely part kind of like hippie, venture out in the forest type dude.
What spots out here would you go into?
Well, I went to Sleeping Giant.
Oh, that's a tough.
And we ended up getting shooed out by the park ranger.
Really?
Yeah. We were. I went there and made a little recipe and hiked up with my friend, and it was super dope. And we caught the sunset, and all of a sudden, everybody's gone, and we're up there, just exploring and stuff, running across a few people here and there. That's another weird thing, like it's just everything's so compressed that you're always running into people, even when you try to escape, And I was asking around, I was like,
that's a popular spot that you should check out. Pound Ridge.
I'm down. Well, it was weird because the landscape here is so, like, you guys got so scraped off by the glaciers that passed through here. It's just like flat. There's like a little mounds here and there, things that pop up. So I feel like, as far as just the general atmosphere, it's different. We got more space out there. Not like I'm trying to like talk shit, you guys.
No.
That's the real.
You guys are looking at me with stern faces right now. Like, say some more.
Such an urban
say some more.
Urban landscape.
No,
it's a totally different terrain out here.
Check. All right.
Seriously, even when Max came from LA here, he was like, dude, there's so much like foliage, so many trees, like it's so different.
So it's like not as spread out.
Well, no, it is though. No, it's just different here. It's like very
you think about it like
trees.
Dude, this town was founded in like 1640 or something, or it's like out west we're in the 1800s, like founded 1889.
LA is just city though.
Yeah.
But it does have its like rural spots.
Oh, 100%.
You can
That's why I appreciate
you can drive a quick, if I recommend you guys ever go out to LA, like okay, go to Venice Beach, go to Griffith Park Observatory, I mean, there's not really much to see. You can go see the stars in Hollywood and all that. That stuff's kind of like the traditional dumb stuff. But I would suggest going to Joshua Tree. You can go to Yosemite. You can,
to the parks.
you know,
I
go
never checked
go
those
down
out.
to TJ and go to Mexico for a second. You know,
I would love to.
Be cautious. Don't just be like an idiot and get super sloshed and like, you know, all that. You know, like you gotta be careful down there. It's, you know, you're in a different world. You know.
Oh man.
Sí, en el barrio.
El barrio de Tijuana.
This is quite a funny convo we're having over here.
It really is. But
Carnal DLC,
You guys, but yo, feel free to cut me off because I'll I'll just blab.
No,
Hey,
that's beautiful.
I'll
No,
blab.
this is what we need for the air right here.
it really is.
We always
man.
like talking about
It
just
is.
different
I don't
stuff.
like when the guests are too stiff.
I like
and too
talking.
nervous.
I like talking about all
Yeah.
kinds of random stuff. So
we
whatever.
like
you guys wanna
talking
talk
about life. This is a hip hop show, but we like talking about life.
Yeah.
We
Because
do.
we actually like trying to get to know the artist, because even if it reflects more on the music.
Cool.
I mean, you
Cool.
know, so
Yeah.
We got any of his tracks?
we actually do. I'm gonna say, man, because
I'd love to hear some.
you know, I mean, we talk so much about heritage, where we're from. He actually has a track called "All About the Music," and because pretty much everything reflects back to the music, why don't we get into this record by TOCA?
Yeah, that's from
So-
our band TOCA, and it's a cool little mix of our live band with Chesky and David and Cholo, and it's got a cool little selection of rappers on there. I think Exist Stereo's on there, AC Alone's on there, LA Cool. I'm gonna read you the names real quick right here. We'll start off with Exist Stereo. It goes to
Okay.
2Mex, and then Lucky I Am from Living Legends,
Oh,
and
that's
then
big
Lord Zen,
boys.
Lord Zen from the Visionaries, Riddlor from CVE, AC Alone from Freestyle Fellowship, and Life
Jeez.
Rexall from the Shapeshifters. So yeah, that's
So dope.
that's this cut right here. All
Yeah,
about the
that-
music.
You guys are some headliners, aren't you?
Well, that was, you know, just being the live band in LA and just being associated with the underground scene. We had access to hang out with those guys, and
Oh,
they would
definitely.
come through. They knew Cholo and stuff, and they would come through and like, "What are y'all working on?" And like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good, man. Like, what's up?" And you know,
Get
so
down on the projects.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's so chill.
yeah, it was magical for all of us because a lot of these guys are my heroes, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say Living Legends. I've been listening to them for
Yeah,
can't
Bay
even know
Area,
how long.
Bay Area guys.
That's what's up, man. So let's get into TOCA. This is all about the music, baby. Streets never sleep.
Streets never sleep, sucker.
Oh, Tommy Schmoney dancing in here.
Ooh, you already
Tommy
know.
C, not Tommy V.
Yeah, Tommy C, not Tommy V.
Tommy C.
We might battle for DJ titles
Yeah.
later
he
on.
Should have been, he should have been Stefano tonight. Come on.
Fanya.
He should. Yeah, Stefano's his alter ego.
Stefano.
Stefano.
Dan, you know that
Sounds
Dan,
like
that
a-
gold pen has me feeling like dirty in '96.
Oh boy.
That's when you know it's a good one.
Yep.
I know.
So Dan, we were talking off the air, man. You had something to say for Mr. Tommy V.
What?
All right, question.
We all have questions.
We all have
We
questions.
all have
I-
questions.
All right.
We all have questions. And I mean, I've notoriously asked every single artist consistently that's come in
Yeah.
the go-to food spot, what food spot. So I want to ask you, and I want honest, what is your go-to Mexican spot in
LA.
LA and CT? Like your
Okay.
go-to.
Well, there's a spot called King Taco, which a lot of people hate on it, but it's kind of like some old school LA stuff.
That's the best stuff.
Yeah, and it's like really like authentic. Like you're not gonna go there and get a super traditional American, you know, burrito. It's gonna have like a cow tongue in it, or you know, it's gonna be raw.
Yeah,
you know, like,
or the chicken
there's-
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna that's like when you
Or
go
the
to my
skin. That's
when,
like
when you go to
peeling.
my grandma's house in Mexico,
Yeah.
you'll get the
That's like
you'll get
peeling,
the
John.
you'll get the menudo.
We'll all go one time. We'll take a field
Yeah.
trip.
You'll get the pozole or whatever. There'll
The
be like
soup.
you know chicken foot in there.
Yep.
Straight chicken. You can.
Wow.
I used to like bend like the knee and contract the fingers.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
That stuff is so healthy, though. I will tell you guys on air.
No, yeah. Well, my grandmother lived till 102 years old because she lived on just organic, Monsanto-free, wonderful food her whole life from the farm. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
we used
everything is
to buy
fresh.
we would buy our milk on the plaza like out of a bucket that came from a
Wow.
cow like a half hour earlier. Yeah, but that's like Mexico. That's you know
Yeah.
you can still do that there, and you can
No.
kind of do it here maybe like in Nebraska or something. But
Yeah, upstate Connecticut, maybe.
yeah,
Wherever
yeah.
the culture's deeply and rooted.
Yeah, and it's not bad. You know, I mean,
No.
I mean, a little cream's gonna float to the top of your cereal. Okay, you know, but it's a little texture. You know?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Definitely. So, King Taco out there, but any in
Oh yeah,
Connecticut,
yeah.
or-
Okay. So King Taco, L.A. When you go to the Bay, San Francisco,
Oh boy.
you have to go.
Now we got to plan a trip.
Okay, so you have to go. Yeah, you have to when you go to do your Cali trip, go to Frisco, go to L.A.
Hold on, I'm going to Cali.
Hey,
Where are you going?
Santa Clara, San Francisco.
Okay, so go to Frisco. You're gonna go to 24th and Mission.
Okay.
It's called El Farolito,
Okay.
and you're gonna order. If you eat meat, you order like chicken or carne asada or whatever.
Tommy C, what would you get at the Mexican spot?
Whatever he's.
I think get some tacos, for sure.
Absolutely.
But get a good burrito because San Francisco has like kind of more an ideal
Yeah.
burrito as opposed to a sloppy LA burrito. That's
Okay.
like the one that like swims in the sauce on the plate.
Yeah.
You'll get it like that.
Yeah,
in
I
LA
don't like
kinda.
it like that.
Yeah,
Too
San
salsa,
Francisco,
too
it's
much
in
salsa.
the tin foil. You peel it a little bit back at a time. David's special recipe is to crunch up the potato chips, put a few in the first bite, and each bite afterwards.
That's my kind of guy.
That's what.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dan's had some sloppy burritos back in his day, right, Danny?
Yeah, but I've done some crazy things in Mexico.
Get into it. This is the perfect platform.
Cueva de Leon, Mexico City. I had 8 of every entree on the menu.
Wow.
Had habaneros. I threw my back out eating.
Did you ever get Montezuma's Revenge?
From the water?
Yeah,
No,
just-
we were drinking soda, strictly soda.
Okay,
and
but you can
bottled
get it
water.
from the food too.
Oh yeah,
No, just-
I know.
I mean,
thank
some
God.
of the
I never had
bacteria
that.
in the food are just we're not used to them.
No, I know.
You
like,
go there and
I was
you-
sup-
Yeah, thankfully we
get
were
worse.
good that
we
night.
did get out of the cars and chill. We were walking around, and some of the street carpenters. Remember, we had the oh my God, like all the chips and hot sauce and like the fresh potato chips and those parts.
Oh, and the chicharron.
chicharron.
Yeah.
But they were like, don't eat from certain carts that the stuff will just
Yeah, and it's
annihilate
all
ya.
fresh. Yeah, it's like those are probably
It's
fried
like
up
too
that day.
fresh for your stomach if you're like living out here.
I mean, they look at me like a complete just coward when it comes to like they'll throw like some carcass in front of me, and I'm like, nah,
Oh no,
So-
we dig it. So I do got to ask you though, which would you rather, torta or tostada,
torta,
mole or salsa verde,
mole,
in chilaquiles or chimichangas,
chilaquiles,
Wow.
con verde or con rojo?
con verde.
All right, I like you. He's a good guy.
You're welcome
You're
over
welcome.
anytime.
Okay,
You're welcome
so-
over anytime.
So to understand why you guys are some Connecticut guys are talking about traveling to Mexico,
Yeah.
how did that happen?
I don't know. Half our family is from
Yeah,
Mexico. We
yeah.
got like 50 cousins out there.
That's dope. When I saw you guys, when I originally saw Jonathan at the Bridgeport show, I was like this guy's either like albino black guy,
Oh,
or
I never heard that.
or he's like Latino or something, Anyway, he told me he's half Mexicano, and you guys kind of look like C.K. Lewis, You guys come from that strange.
I actually don't even know who C.K. Lewis is.
He's that comedian guy.
Yep.
it's like the boxer Canelo. It's like
Yeah,
that
like
redhead,
yeah.
like
No, true.
habanero gene.
And it's true because most of our families like that. We were saying too. It just I think it depends. Even to other backgrounds and other. There's something in the middle.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's a mix of all that blood, and it's the mestizos. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you can tell, we're very passionate in the Mexican. More so the food than the culture, but we have a lot of family who's from there, so
Nice.
it makes us enjoy the food that much more.
Oh yeah. And as far as the spot out here, I go over to the shoreline, and I'll try out all those taco trucks. You know what I'm talking about?
Even, yeah.
He's a wild one.
And I keep trying different ones. I haven't really found the bomb one yet. It seems kind of dry, like the meat seemed kind of dry when I tried like a burrito one time.
Okay.
We got to take him to New Rochelle.
I actually.
Are you ever down in our neck of the woods or no?
I'm a man. I just kind of like hermit. Is that a verb? I hermit
Yeah.
over.
Well, it is now.
over,
Yeah, it
over-
is now.
If you're passing through
I
New York,
hermitate. I
Yeah.
hermitate over in Guilford a lot and just work on music. Honestly,
you got to go to New Rochelle.
Yeah.
We have a
Well,
maybe one day
spot.
is that
we'll
around
take-
here in West Haven?
No, it's
No.
actually in Westchester, New York. It's more south towards like Stanford, like where it's a little
Okay.
more that way. Maybe one day we'll take a trip.
But you know what I have
An
become?
SNS
I've-
day trip.
I've become
Yes.
I've become
To El
indoctrinated to
Chino.
Sally's. Sally's is like where I go.
Sally's
Sally's
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, we
Dope.
yeah we,
Sally's has good sauce.
we go there.
Sally's is
We
good.
go there like maybe once every 2 weeks.
I hear you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you really into pizza?
Now that I'm out here, I have an appreciation for it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the real pizza out here.
It really
It is
is.
true.
Especially New Haven.
I mean,
Yes.
but I can't
Yeah.
front. I can't front. I still like my latest trick is to buy a DiGiorno for $9 at the gas station, and then I slice up potatoes like Sally's, and I just slice them up real thin, and I try to make like a Tommy V version of the Sally's.
Oh
There you
man.
go.
What's the Sally's version?
Well, they got these potato pizzas there, and they slice up potatoes really
Yeah.
thin.
No way.
Golden
Bomb.
potatoes, and it's like really hearty, super
Wow.
hardy.
Wow, we
I-
gotta go back to Sally's.
Oh yeah, it's been a while
Yeah,
since.
yeah.
We
Get
should all go one
get the
night.
potato. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
but the potato. Well, I mean, have you had the mashed potato one from Bar though?
You know, I've only
Yeah,
been to
that
bar
one is
once.
fire.
Yeah.
I've been to bar once. Been to Pepe's a handful of times.
Uh-huh.
I like bar
Modern?
pizza too. I haven't been to Modern
Oh,
Yeah.
because David hates it so much.
Uh-huh.
He just like hates it. And
Modern,
so I feel like
Modern,
I can't really
feel
go.
is the best in New Haven.
Really?
No.
And
Yeah.
I've been to all of them, and I've been to.
Well,
all of them
you know what's
all
cool
the
about
time.
Modern is that they make frozen pies and they'll send them to like the West Coast or wherever.
Really?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
their
one thing that's
crust
kind of
is
dope.
Unbelievable. The crust is.
That's what I heard. You know,
Yeah.
Shoshin, he's a rapper from Fake 4. He also backs Modern.
I don't know. Something about the crust is just magical. Whatever they're doing in the oven.
Man, I'm gonna have to try it out. Yeah,
seriously.
I should have been by there, but I haven't. But yeah, and then my other food that I like to eat is a stromboli
Oh,
from Big Y. You know,
Oh man.
not really too authentic,
Stromboli
but I like
season.
It. I like it.
Always.
You know, it's really not an Italian food. Like it was invented in Spokane, Washington.
No way.
The stromboli.
Wow, you actually, I
looked-
always assumed it was from right there.
I looked it up. You know, it's kind of like the Mexican. It's like the American burrito, kind of. You know, it's like you don't really
That
have
makes sense.
burritos in Mexico. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
that makes sense.
But now going back to the music just a little bit here.
Yeah.
When we first saw you at Two Boots, I mean, you were killing it on the mic, but as well, you had us
Killing it on the mic.
You had us cracking up though a few times because you were like doing the Superman on like the stool
Okay.
and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Like you have like an abstract, I don't want to offend, but kind of comedic style. And you
There's-
did mention C.K. Lewis, so I want to know if any
There-
like comedians kind of influenced you with the music.
I mean, I definitely. I think the comedy is to kind of compensate for the lack of rap skills. You know, it's like I know that I can't just like, you know, I flip and rip and rap and trap and cook, but you know, I can't really like. I don't know, like, I don't know, like I don't really consider myself like a really professional rapper or anything. So I like to sing a little bit.
yeah.
I like to do a little like banter in between. You know, just I want it to feel loose. I don't want it to feel like I'm trying to fit some form, and I just want to have fun.
Yeah, and see,
you
that's
know?
what we thought was like dope about that because you totally like just stood out from everyone else in there. That was just more straight rapping, going hard. You were just doing you,
that's
and
the-
it was just genuine, and we loved it.
That's the thing with rap shows is like it's kind of a stiff environment. You know, it's like
Yeah.
every MC's like, all right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Like and it's kind of it's kind of a tough. The energy in the room's kind of
Yeah.
in one little, it's kind of cornered, and so.
Yeah, you got to loosen the crowd up
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
So I like to just get up there and be loose, and then if I'm just having a fun time, it seems like people are able to open up a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And when I shove the mic in their face to yodel,
Mhm.
they're more apt to yodel.
Yeah.
Or something
if I
like
could
that.
yodel, I would have at
I mean,
that show.
that's the thing. You don't
I
have
can't
to. You don't
yodel.
have to be. You don't have to even know. It's even funner if you do a terrible one. Just it's like more human and just normal and natural. So just whatever feels natural and
Most def,
things
man.
like that.
We dig it over here.
Word. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, I was glad to meet you guys. And that
Absolutely.
whole winter run of little homeless shows with Joey Bats was really dope. And
Yeah, dude. Now that Bats, he just finished up. Sorry. now that Bats finished up his album, maybe he can even put on Hip Hop for Homeless. Hopefully, maybe in the summer or do something
I see
again.
I see. I mean, for how much like love it got, I don't see why he wouldn't try and do it again because
It's only right.
a lot of cool stuff became.
Yeah, dude. I mean that was really cool because the whole thing. I mean, what were some of your favorite things about it? I mean, I know you said you were out and about performing, but even like you were mentioning too, like at Two Boots, it's Doc, you can agree too. It's like a small place, so
Yeah.
the energy really is just packed in right there. I think I personally sometimes you need shows like that, because you can't just rock in front of a couple hundred people. Because I mean, there are the people who are just going to be standing around, but I feel like at those type of things too, it was pretty personal.
It was, yeah. I mean, there was a guy at the show, there was people at the show picking up the free clothes that were donated.
Yeah.
And picking up the food that was donated, and it's definitely touching, because you're like, oh, I'm gonna drive back to my warm house, and this guy's going to like live under a bridge,
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
it's brutal reality that you know, we kind of can't be bothered by, because if you live, you know, well, it's a weird thing that I noticed, like people that have it really good, they haven't been through those like dynamics of, you know, maybe having to like steal if you're hungry or something, and so they'll view somebody in need as a nuisance as opposed to empathizing with them.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's like the other day, man, like I couldn't get up this hill because my truck is a piece of crap and it won't go up the snowy hill. Right?
Oh,
and
this hill sucks right here.
Well, not yeah. It was like a similar incline, right? And so I'm in Guilford, you know, kind of a nice neighborhood, and there's this guy shoveling snow with this big old truck, like big old monster truck, like right there, and he watches me fail at going up this hill, and I like, you know, plinko back down, bouncing off like the left and right bank, get back to the bottom of the hill, turn around. I'm like, yo, can you just push me up with your shovel? I was like, I'm not worried about my truck getting like dinged up. He's like, sorry, dude. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, come on, man. But so people like they view you, if you're in need, they're like, this guy's gonna sue me, or I don't know what it is. I feel like out west we're not as like tightened up like that.
Oh, they're way nicer.
Yeah.
More relaxed. Out here, everybody's up.
People are kind of tightened up.
It's
Yeah.
very
people
different mentality.
It's the weather out here.
It's
I think
you know,
so.
Yes.
I
the
think
weather and the women.
Yep.
and the history, man. You guys just got deep history here where you've been dealing with each other since the 1650s.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
you know, it's like you guys have all kind of like you know.
Yeah, everyone just has that
Say
anger
no
inside.
more. No, it goes unsaid.
That feeling, just that sound makes up for it.
I mean, I've seen like these guys in East Haven go off on like old ladies, like
Oh,
yo, like,
yeah,
it's
East
like, and I'm just like,
Haven.
whoa, man, like
Yeah,
turn it
that's-
down a notch. But like, there's some aggression out here.
yeah,
Do they even have a
especially East
Mexican
Haven.
restaurant in
East
East Haven? I don't even know.
East Haven,
Probably
they
not.
just opened a Colombian spot. I gotta
Really?
try it. Yeah.
Where at?
Right actually before the New Haven line by like the McDonald's. Like
Okay.
in East
Oh, yeah,
Haven,
yeah.
Right across
Oh.
the street from the McDonald's.
You know what? I eat at an Ecuadorian subway shop there.
Where at?
It's on that same little strip, little Main Street strip right there. The McDonald's is close. The bowling alley's close.
La
little,
Luna? Or not La Luna.
East Haven. It's right by the ice cream shop.
I know exactly where you're talking about. I'm trying to think
Anyway,
of the name.
yeah. It's it's in that little spot that
The
I
name will come
go
to
by
me.
sometimes, but yeah. So back to music. Like,
Of course, man. So I mean, real quick, I mean, you know, you released a couple projects within the next, you know, or within the last couple years, I
Yeah,
should say.
yeah.
What's next for Tommy V, and is there going to be any more TOCA coming around, or what
you
do you
know,
think? What's on the agenda?
we have a cool little handful of unreleased TOCA songs, you know, that we always could unveil, but you know, it's kind of a dead horse, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to like resuscitate that or if anybody really wants to.
Kind of just want to keep the memory where it is.
Maybe
and-
so. You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
that's not necessarily a bad thing. I
but
would
then
say.
it might be kind of cool to just surprise some people with like a little extra chunk of stuff that never came out. You
Hey,
know?
why not, man? It's art.
But I have I'm going on tour with Chesky in late March and through April,
Yeah.
and I have a bunch of new songs that I'm trying to kind of like make a little EP out of. I can see Chesky and David cringing right now.
Yo, why? Actually, real quick, why don't you just explain to everyone who Chesky and David
Okay.
Ramos or Ramos are?
Okay, so that
Right.
that band that you heard earlier, TOCA, that was our band, and it was
Yeah.
Chesky playing guitar, David on drums.
Okay.
We had Max Heath on keys. He's from Child Actor from Fake 4. We had Danny Levin on the horn section. He played like the trumpet, the trombone, the flugelhorn. Dude, I just had a stoner moment.
No,
I
it's all
forgot
good.
what I
We
was
all
talking
have
about.
those.
Us too.
No.
What was the question?
On the
TOCA.
show all
Be
night.
stoned.
It's all no. So you were saying who was on the instruments in TOCA?
But why was I talking about that?
Oh no, because I just
To
said,
tell us who
no,
Chesky
yeah,
is.
tell
Oh,
them
yeah,
who
yeah.
Chesky and David are.
Just you didn't hear the past 20 seconds. Okay. So so yeah, Chesky and David are I met those guys in the Bay, right? I lived in San Francisco. We had some mutual rap homies. I met Chesky and David. Their father lived out there. Their mother is from here in East Haven. And so that's how the band formed, and that's how I know Chesky and David. And Chesky's and David started Fake 4. And after our band kind of fizzled, Fake 4 started, and they've been doing great with that and released probably like over 50 or 60 releases, you know, and that's really cool. And so anyway, as far as new stuff, there's that travel size drawing board.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
and we're gonna listen to a few of those cuts later. And then before that was Mockingbird, and these are just like free releases. If you go on Google, put Tommy V Mockingbird Fake 4, you'll probably find the link to the Bandcamp page, and it's a free download, and also travel size drawing boards a free download. And then yeah, I got stuff in the works right now at the house. I'm gonna go back tonight and work on stuff. You know, like
That's what we like to hear,
So-
honestly.
that's all I do, man. Like anytime you guys want to come hang out and work on some music, like that's all I do, bro. Really.
Bro, we exchange contact information,
Yeah.
man. So we definitely will.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of mutual friends, so we
but-
can make some dope
Yeah,
stuff, man.
I mean, I'm kind of slow. Like the process is kind of slow, but once we find something good, like I'm all about, trying to, see it through. And if it's, work on a beat or whatever, like I'm always just kind of down.
Man,
to,
we're gonna take you up on that too.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
no, yeah.
Yo, and before you check out, we need a drop with the yodel in it.
We
for
will.
Streets
All right.
Never
We got
Sleep.
that.
That's
We
what
got
we
that.
need.
Dude, the yodel.
We need that.
Sometimes it sounds good. Sometimes it sounds really bad.
We
so-
might even need just a yodel so we can hit the yodel button, but we'll have it in your
I'll
drop
I'll
too.
try.
We'll do that after.
Maybe you guys got to give me a few takes because I'm kind of like
Oh, yeah.
scratchy voiced right now. But
Nah,
I'll do
no
my
worries,
best. I'll
man.
do my best.
All right, yo, on a side note, we have DJ Tommy C coming in with the first
Tommy
ever
C.
Streets Never Sleep UNH report.
Oh boy,
It's not a UNH report. It's the weather report.
the weather.
UNH weather report.
The
Same
weather, why not?
thing.
Hit the song, Johnny.
Tommy V. Receive.
This is your University of New Haven weather report. West Haven, Connecticut. Wednesday with a chance of snow. Precipitation is 20%. Humidity is 86% with no wind. And tomorrow we have... I can't do this with Doc looking at me like that. Oh my God, I'm done.
I meant bomb.
Oh, that was good.
All right, so Tommy V, man, like we said,
just
you
drop
are
my
you are our
headphones.
special
Drop
guest
my
tonight,
pen, huh?
and the one thing we love about this radio show is we put rappers to the test.
No.
When we put on a beat, we expect them to rap because that's what you do.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
dude, why don't you try and vibe with this? Let's hear what you got, man. Kick something.
Yo, this is the moment that all of my friends in their homes listening to their radios are like, Tommy, no, don't do it. Don't try to sound fluid. I should have written this freestyle yesterday, but I didn't. So, hey, I'm gonna have to maybe go through the stop sign. This is the part of the rhyme where it gets a little inclined. I'm gonna have to take you up on your offer. This is kind of mean. I feel like I'm coming kind of weak. These guys are all looking at me. I'm such a geek. But I love the music. Maybe if I shift into some kind of tone, I'll be able to go to a meadow that I've never even been shown. Oh yes, that would be fresh. I could pick some daisies and some lilacs. Please, MCs, don't come whack. But if you do have to, then I understand. Yeah, so how much further would you like me to go? I mean, I could go for a few minutes with this freestyle flow. I feel if I sing that it's a little easier to flap my wings. And I've been in college for like 10 years. Maybe I can
Talk about it.
graduate. Okay, I started in 2007. I failed at math like 11 times. It's so hard, I don't understand. I got caught cheating on the test, and the guy looked at me like, dude, really? You're gonna cheat on a test and you're in your mid-30s? That's not very cool, I'm hurdling. Hopefully I can get my Spanish degree and make something of my life in the future, because for now, I'm just a dog walker who wants to be a dog walker. It's not very proper. If you get in arguments with me, you can use it as something to disrespect me. Something that's intellectually cool to talk about. You can see me straining and struggling. They can hear me hugging. Big fat hugs for all the MCs. That's what I give them. Because when I show up to the cypher, MCs get served, but not with my words. A plate of hors d'oeuvres. I'm that nice. It's like I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to shake your hand, pat you on the back, dude. It's like, come on, man. Are you really that savage? No, you're not. You're just average. And now I'm talking to some kind of philosophical MC that doesn't even exist. And that's cool, because that's what we fall back. Okay, I'm gonna quit, dude. It's like, what the hell was that? What was that?
He's so nice. He brought hors d'oeuvres. Look at
Dude.
that.
So please don't record that. Don't upload
Too late.
Too
It's
late.
already. It's
No.
already recorded,
No, that was
man.
that
I'm
was
gonna
dope,
tell
man.
you guys, like,
Hey,
I'm
man.
not really like, anyway, I'll leave the disclaimer alone.
No, I mean, feel free. I mean, dude, we actually respect someone going off the top like that. I mean, dude, you literally went right on the spot, like we requested.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it through that little hump right there.
Dude,
but
well, I mean,
it's not very good. I don't claim to be a dope freestyler. Just putting that out there. I'm not trying to claim
it was
that.
still dope. That's
if it was still dope.
Cool.
I mean,
but yeah,
you got writtens too.
I mean, I could pull something out, but you know.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's 11:25 right now. I say maybe we get into a couple minutes of some music.
I could perform like one of my
some beats
songs
on,
or something,
Johnny.
you know, like if you want to hear like a song, I could do that. But
Do we get right into it?
I mean, if you want to.
Throw a beat on.
Yeah. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna toss another beat on.
Okay. And I could maybe I could just do like a written or something that I have already.
Totally. What kind of beat you looking for?
Got
I
some
mean,
tribe for him.
Let's see here.
I'll try to acclimate to what you throw at me.
All right, I got you. Let's bring it back to the West Coast.
Do 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 do. A do do do. A do 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 do. Do 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 do. Here we go. Remember me, I'm Tommy V, I fell off long ago. I figured what the heck, let's give it another go. This is my comeback, hope I don't come whack. One by one I plucked all of the gray hairs out my mustache. How do you do? It's nice to meet ya. How do you get a musician off your doorstep? Simple, just pay for the pizza after getting fired. For the orders that I sabotaged, I got enrolled in school and got a couple jobs walking dogs. The timing was uncanny, 2012 would be the year I would rise up from a bubble in the tar pit and appear. While melting through the block of ice, the vision was so clear. Employ pathetic gimmicks while relaunching my career. So here I stand before you, flesh and bone, immortal man. That's a lie, this whole performance, it's a hologram. All depixelized before your eyes at any given moment. Usually happens just before the bottle and tomato throwing. My evolution was a slow one to occur. I'd always, oops, I fucked up into dodo birds. Hoping to, my sleep was kind of slurred, but
Catch yourself.
So now I'm gonna go into a freestyle flow because I messed up my written. This is all freestyle, what I'm spitting. It doesn't really matter though, who cares about freestyling? I'd rather hear what you do in the studio. Can you put the song together, bro? Is it just some more kind of stupid type of hip-hop shit for the radio? Okay, I'm done. We can try another one if you guys want.
What kind of beat is that, John?
That's a cool beat.
This is old Cycle Round beat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa, dude, that's dope.
Slug bust shots far like out there. Oh.
Nice, you messed up too. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yo, catch yourself.
Shout out to Sick Jackin'. Slug bust shots fall like Garth Al Gore. I played hard bar, paid team straight tard. Whack cats were the essence and essence. Adolescent. Regrets and tension, building concealed synthetic thoughts at will, still combust, heavyweight trust, iron vamp. I keep a scene like Bunky, straight bloody, real mugly. It's what the game needs, make the game bleed. Feel alive, or so what it seems. Sipping Johnny, I convene, dreams sprout, germinate, marinate, saturate like a hook left for bait. Always hate, stay no forgivens. Split Dutchie, spill gutty, break your face open like Cuddy. Ooh.
Like Cuddy.
I'm not even gonna
like
do
Cuddy.
it to them.
Like Cuddy.
Ay, Dios mío.
Dios mío. Here comes Joey C.
Ay, we seen has the chills.
Yo. Tommy C was gonna rhyme, but it looks like he's gonna decline. He's backing up away from the mic. Come on, Tommy.
is.
We all want to hear what you rap like. Come on,
he does
dude.
rap.
He has some bars.
I've heard Tommy spit. I've heard
recordings.
Yeah.
I've heard the records.
Hey, yo, text me if you're listening. Like, just text me or shoot me a Facebook message. You know what I mean? I want to see, like, if anybody's listening.
What? Hey, man, do it.
I just did.
Tweet it.
I'm telling the people to do it, man. Text Tommy V.
Tweet it the SNS page.
Yeah, also shoot us a tweet on Twitter, man. Streets never sleep.
Dope.
Streets NVR sleep. We can do that, man.
Nice verse, yo.
Grazie.
Yeah, the pound. The
That's
West
what's
Coast
up,
pound.
man. Yeah, I mean, we usually do the cypher around this time. So, dude, I actually say, why don't we get into some music? I'm going to put a dope little assortment of beats together.
Okay.
We come back in a bit, and let's have some fun, man.
All right.
Streets never sleep.
Free Max B. Ow.